Hi, Judge.
Morning.
Haven't seen you in ages. How's the world treating you?
Good. Hughes, how are you doing? You're allowed to run this one.
Yes, sir.
Who are you representing?
Ms. Castaneda, who's here with me.
Okay. Then Mr. Young, are you there? Can you unmute? Sorry to keep you all waiting, but the last one ran over.
Yes, sir. It's okay. I'm here, sir. Good morning, sir.
Okay, morning.
Young.
Yes, sir.
And then, Mr. Hughes, you have Mr. Young with you, or is he in a different room, or is he going to be signing on, or no?
Ms. Castaneda's my client's
Oh,
right here.
Ms. Castaneda. I'm sorry, Ms. Castaneda. Is she available somewhere, or?
She's right here.
Okay. Okay, if you all could just raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, whole truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Ms. Castaneda. Thank you. Okay, let me just admit one more. Okay, Mr. Young, you brought this. You want to tell me what this is about?
Yes, sir. Actually, on September the 1st, I was driving on Father Ram, downtown El Paso, and the other driver was in a car, so she just like speedily back up on my car, and we had a collision. We have an accident. So she actually came out of her car and she told me I don't have to call the police because she's going to work. She's trying to rush to her job. That's why. So I don't have to call the police. She'll fix my car. So I called my wife. I told my wife about it. I said, this lady hit me, but she says she don't want me to call the police because she's running late to work. So my wife said, no, don't do it. Call the police so you guys can have a police report. So I told the lady that hit me, I said, well, I'm gonna call the police because that's what my wife already advised. So I dialed 911, I called the police, the cops, they came over there, they spoke to the both of us and they actually issued her a ticket and both of us left the scene. So she gave me her information, the police gave me her information. So when I came home the next day, I called the insurance the police gave me. They said she doesn't have an insurance. They said her husband, what the insurance company told me, her husband have an insurance, but she's not on the insurance. So they're not going to pay the damages on my car. So, and I tried to get in contact with her because she called me, she actually called me, I don't know how she got my number. So she called me the other day, she told me like, oh, she'll fix my car. I said, all right, if you fix my car, that's still fine. So the next day, after they told me she doesn't have an insurance, I tried to reach her, she wasn't answering. And the insurance told me she's not on the insurance, that's her husband's insurance, so they're not gonna fix my car. So, and my car, I'm in the military, I just got here to El Paso, I'm in the military, I have to go to work every morning, do PT, come back, go, I don't have a car, so I'm really struggling. That's why I end up suing her. And that's why her insurance, the insurance actually told me to say, you know, you should just go ahead and sue her and you guys go to court if she's not gonna fix your car.
Okay. Tell me your understanding of the accident. I didn't understand. Was she in front of you, behind you? Where?
She was in front of me. I was driving on Father Ram downtown. I was driving from west going east. So because she was in a rush, as soon as I was getting where her car was, like she speedily back up on the street.
She was going in reverse?
Yes, she was. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
She reversed in my car. Like it was just like a coincidence. As soon as I was pulling up, she reversed like with speed in my car.
Was this at a stoplight or?
No, it wasn't a stoplight. It was a street. It was like it was a street on Father Ram. It was Father Ram Street. It wasn't. There was no stoplight. It was actually on the street. I was going from west. Yes, from west going east, and she just like back up on the street with speed. I think she wasn't paying attention. Probably she was on her cell phone. I don't know what she was doing, but she wasn't paying attention, like to look to see if there are other cars. So she just like back up with speed. I wasn't even expecting that, and there was no way. I tried to actually dodge the accident, but there was no way I could have dodged it because it just happened like that.
I mean, is this a one lane in one direction?
No, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a one lane. No.
Okay.
No, I don't. It happened September the 1st, and like I said, I just got to El Paso. I'm not sure if it's a one lane. It's not.
Okay.
Well, I sent you guys a police report and everything, so you guys can look at it.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hughes, do you have any questions of Mr. Young?
Did you want my opening statement or did,
Sure, go ahead.
yeah. I've never met Mr. Young. He seems like a nice man and I'm sure he's telling you how he recalls the events. I don't know what Mr. Young sent to the court because I've not received it. But if the court has the police report there, I mean, we have the diagram, which actually shows, it's Father Ram and Campbell, Your Honor, downtown.
Okay.
My
Let me,
client-
go ahead, I'm sorry.
My client was in a parking space and she
Let-
was
let-
going,
Let me see if I can bring up what he sent.
Yes, sir.
I found an email. Just a minute, let me find this email, one second.
Yes, sir.
Uh, One second. And I can bring it up on the screen for everybody to look at.
Yes, sir.
Get to this. Okay.
Yeah, that's the police report.
yes, Your Honor, if you would turn to the next page, the diagram, I think that will help the court visualize these.
Let me
scenes.
download this. Come on. I don't know why it's not filling out. Let me try it this way again. Did you do one page at a time, Mr. Young, or does this have both pages?
I think it was one page. It was just 4 pages. Yeah.
I think on the reverse page, on the next page, it has the diagram. I can't get to that for some reason. Mr. Hughes, you do have it, Mr. Hughes?
Yes, Your Honor, and
Can you share it on the screen? Do you have it on?
I have no, I'm an old man, Your Honor.
Let me see if I can find, let me see if this will download.
I can hold it in front of the screen. That's the extent of my capability.
Yes, downloading right now. Yep.
Right, but when I go to open it, it just shows a black screen. Let's see. Let's see if it opens. Okay. Let's see, this is just one page, isn't it? Mr. Young?
Yeah, I think that was the one I submitted.
On the next page is the diagram and the description.
Right. Is there any way he can hold it so you can see? If I'm not able to,
You're gonna try that. Go ahead.
yes, sir.
Here's, if you can hold it up to the screen, let me get rid of this sharing. Okay.
Okay. Let me try this, Judge. Can y'all see that okay?
Yes, sir.
I believe Mr. Young is in the vehicle going that way. My client is the one that came out of the parking space. So my client is going to testify here when called that she was in the parking space and that she started to back out. She checked her windows and the rear view camera and it was clear. She backed up to the point where you see it. So in other words, she'd already backed out of the spot. She saw Mr. Young's vehicle at the stop sign on Campbell. She started to turn her wheels and move the gear from reverse to drive. And it just barely started to go forward. I mean, like less than a foot when Mr. Young's vehicle struck the front right tire of her car. Why that's so important, Your Honor, like the diagram shows, is my client did not back into Mr. Young. My client had already finished backing out of the space. She was already on the roadway. I don't know why Mr. Young didn't stop. She'd already established position on the roadway. She obviously we know from the angle of impact, she didn't back into him, which is contrary to Mr. Young's recollection of the events. So I understand that the police officer didn't see the accident. Police officer made his or her determination, but the officer wasn't an eyewitness. The actual two people that know about the accident is Mr. Young and Ms. Castañeda. And so it's Ms. Castañeda's belief that she safely backed out and had just started to go when she got hit on the front right of her vehicle, as opposed to the rear of her vehicle, as Mr. Young had described. And so there's a genuine issue of fact between the parties. Mr. Young, like I said, seems like a real nice gentleman, and I'm sure he's telling it as he recalls it. My client's going to have a different recollection, but I think the physical evidence is going to decide and be the tiebreaker in this situation. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Okay. And then would you like to have any questions of Mr. Young after his testimony?
Yes,
Well,
sir.
I don't know if he's offered anything in evidence besides the first page of the police report. I've not seen anything else.
No, he hasn't, but I mean, his testimony, do you have any questions regarding his testimony?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Young, anything else
Yes,
you'd
sir.
like to say?
Yes, sir. The way the lawyer, her lawyer already described it, that's not exactly what happened. Like, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not good at this. This is like my first time being in a court. I'm not good at it. This is not my job.
That's all right.
So the way he described it, actually, that wasn't what happened. When she backed up, like I told you, I was trying to dodge the accident. She speedily backed up in my car. I was trying to dodge the accident. That's when she backed up. She backed up and the front of my car collided with the side of her car. And she actually even came out of the car and accept her responsibilities right in front of me. If she want to swear, she will swear to that. If she's going to change her statement, that's fine. But she actually accept responsibility, like, I'm really, really sorry. I was rushing to work, that's why. When she even hit the car, like, I was dizzy. I was not expecting that. I was perfectly driving. I was really fine on the street. The reason why the diagram is showing that, I'm not sure why that diagram is actually portraying that. And like I say, I'm not a lawyer. This is like my first time going to a court. I don't know how to play with words, probably like the way the lawyer is doing it, but that's not what happened. She actually came out and she accepted responsibility. She said she was rushing to her job. That's why. But the lawyer is saying she actually backed up like fine and there was no issue. And she saw me rushing into her car, like the way the lawyer is explaining. That's not what happened. That's what I'm just going to bring out there, sir.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hughes, you have a witness you'd like to call?
Yes, I would call Ms. Castañeda.
Okay.
Good morning.
Morning.
Would you tell the judge your name?
My name is Ingrid Castañeda.
Were you involved in this accident with Mr. Young?
Yes.
Okay. Where did the accident happen?
It was on Campbell and Father Ram here in downtown.
Okay. The judge has seen a diagram of a parking space, Father Ram and Campbell. Is that where the accident happened?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Were you in that parking space?
Yes.
Okay. Would you tell the judge what you did to back out of the space, please?
Okay. Yes. So I was on the parking spot, and I was about to back up. So I checked my mirrors, I checked my camera, and I didn't see anything. So I started like backing up slowly. And by the time I got out of the parking spot, I saw Mr. Young on the other side of the street on the stop sign. But by that time, my car was already like all backed up. And I put my car on drive, and I was starting to turn my wheels to go left. and that's when I saw him like coming to my car, and that's when he hit my my front right tire.
Now, after the, obviously neither Mr. Young or you wanted to be in an accident, right?
No.
Okay. And did you apologize to him afterwards for being in the accident?
I just came out of my car, and I told him that if he was okay. He asked me the same thing. I told him that I never had an accident before, so I'm not sure what we're supposed to do. I just told him like, well, I'm working right now. If you want me to give me your number, I gave you mine. I never thought it wasn't like a bad accident. And he was like, no, let me call the cops. And I was like, okay. So we both went into our cars and we just waited on the cops. But I didn't accept that it was my fault or anything. We didn't share a word. We just said that.
The I showed the court and Mr. Young the diagram of the police report. Is that where the point of impact was? Again, same thing.
Yes.
Okay. So in other words, did the back of your vehicle back into him?
No.
Where was your vehicle damaged?
On my front right tire.
I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Young, do you have any questions of Ms. Castaneda?
Yes, yes, sir. I didn't say the back of her vehicle back into my car. It was the side, because I tried to turn the.
Mr. Young, you can clarify what you stated, but do you have any questions of Ms. Castaneda at this time?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Castaneda, after the accident, when you came, you didn't accept responsibility. You say you was rushing at work. That's why you didn't accept, say, you will fix my car. You didn't even call me the next day. You got my number and call me and say you will fix the car.
Mr. Young, why don't you ask one question at a time and let her answer it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Go ahead and ask one question and then let her answer it.
Yes, sir. When you came out of your car and asked me if I was okay, I said no, I'm feeling dizzy, because I was not expecting that you back up into me. You didn't say you accept responsibility. You rush into your work. You rush into your job. That's why let's not call the police. Let's just exchange number and your insurance will fix it.
No, sir. I did not tell you not to call the police. When I told you if you were okay, you told me yes, that you were fine. When my boyfriend came to ask you if you were okay, you said that you were okay.
Yes.
And when the police came to ask you the same thing, you said you were okay. But I never said that it was in a hurry. I said I'm at work right now, so I wasn't sure what I was supposed to do. That's why I offer you changing numbers. The police, after you left, the police gave me your number, like your information, your insurance, and all that. That's where I got your number from.
The next day, you already changed that, but that's fine. Like I said, that's fine. Because whatever comes out of my mouth is all about integrity. That's what I believe in. Like I said, that's why I'm representing myself here, because I knew exactly I was doing the right thing, and it's between me, you, and my God, the God I serve. The next day, you didn't call my number and say you will fix my car, because I have your number. I have your number.
Let her answer the question, Ms. Young. Let her answer the question.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I did call you. That I offered to fix it because I didn't know
How will
how.
you offer? How will you offer?
Mr. Young, Mr. Young, please let her finish answer.
Sorry,
Let her answer the question.
Sorry, sir. Sorry, sir.
And what you told me is no, because why would I do it out of my pocket if you already call your insurance and say they were gonna fix it?
Right.
And I was okay, but let's the insurance do it.
Yes, sir.
You have any other questions of Ms. Castaneda?
Yes, I have a question, sir.
Okay, we'll continue with your questions. That's fine.
Yes, sir. So if you are in guilty, if you know you are not guilty, like you said, why will you find my number the next day and call me not to call my insurance, and you volunteer to fix my car? But I told you no, I said I already called my insurance.
Well, because I first, like you say, my name was not on the insurance, so I was afraid that I will have to pay my car and then your car, and I didn't know exactly what to do. But at the end, everything turned out well for me, and they could fix my car. So that was a mistake that I made, but I didn't think that it was my fault.
Any other questions?
No, sir.
Mr. Hughes, do you have any other questions of Mrs. Castaneda?
No, Your Honor, we would rest.
Okay, Mr. Mr. Young,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to allow you to address the damages. I assume you're asking for damages?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
What are the damages you are requesting?
When fixing my car was damaged. Hey, like, stop! I'm in the car. Stop. Sorry. Fixing my car was the damage I'm requesting.
Okay, what that is, I don't know what it costs to fix your car. I don't.
I actually, when we left the scene, after I left the scene, driving back because I live all the way on the east side. After the collision, when I was driving back, I don't know what is it called? The fender, like the front fender. When I was coming back on the freeway, it was really windy that night, so the front fender came off of my car. So I took it to the garage, to the body shop for them to repair the fender and put everything back in place. And they gave me an estimate. I actually sent you the estimate. I actually emailed you the estimate as well. Also, I went to a chiropractor, and I sent you the medical bill as well.
Okay, so are you asking just for the amount of the repair and the amount of the bill?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm going to share that on the screen. 1 second. Okay, here's what you did, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
First, the one I have opened up, and that was a
Police reports, Your Honor.
report. This is, I assume, a photo of your vehicle.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is the estimate. Is this the estimate you're referring to?
Yes, Your Honor.
2,163.
Yes, Your Honor.
And this is, what is this?
This is the medical bill. I went to a chiropractor, Your Honor.
Okay, well, how, you're going to have to establish, how is this related to the accident, or how are you claiming it's related to the accident?
Sorry, can you repeat that, Your Honor? Sorry.
How is this relevant to the accident?
Well, because of the accident, I was in pain. I had a headache, and my wife told me to go to a medical doctor. I went to Mendoza Clinic, like the military doctors, and I explained to them about me involved in an accident, and they told me I can see a chiropractor that I'll be taking treatment there. So I went to the chiropractor, and that was the visit I did, and that's the bill the same.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Hughes, any questions of Mr. Young relative to these?
Yeah, yes, Your Honor, but I cannot see Mr. Young right now.
Oh,
I'm here.
you want me to stop sharing? I'll stop there. See if that works.
I know you're there, Mr. Young. I just wanted to be able, so we could see each other.
Yes, sir.
Did you, the $2,163 estimate, do you have a check that shows you actually paid that amount?
I have a check. I haven't fixed my car. I haven't fixed the car. I haven't.
Did you tell the judge that the damage on that photo was to the front fender?
Yes.
So would you agree then that there was the front fender came in contact with the front right passenger side of my client's vehicle?
Yes, that's right.
That's all I have, Your Honor. I'll pass the witness.
Is there any photos of Mrs. Castaneda's vehicle?
I do not, because we're not making a claim for damages. I'm just defending her from Mr. Young's claims.
Right. Okay. Anything else from either side?
Only if you want a summation, Your Honor.
Sure, go ahead.
I think you want me to go first or Mr. Young?
Mr. Young, well, you go ahead first, Mr. Hughes. Understands what is the summation of this.
That's
Okay.
right.
Just real quickly, Your Honor, the damage to the vehicles established what happened. The police report, even though the officer didn't see it, he came to the scene afterwards and drew a diagram that shows the exact point of impact between the vehicles. My client had backed completely out of the space, was actually the back of her vehicle was on across the center line. She was starting to go left when the front right of her vehicle is hit by the front of Mr. Young's vehicle. So it's obvious that my client didn't back up into her as is claimed. Matter of fact, he was slightly moving forward. So my client was entitled to do that. And at that point in time, with all respect to Mr. Young, you just can't run over a car and hit it. You have to yield the right of way, maintain a proper lookout, timely apply your brakes. It's unfortunate that the accident happened, but it did. And fortunately, you know, there's no injuries reported at the scene. Mr. Young appears from uniform to be active duty military. So obviously he's in a lot better physical shape than you and me, anyone else. Everything that goes into being active duty military, doing a great job for the country, I'm sure. You know, he has a claim, if I add it all up, for about $2,800 or $2,900. The judge sued my client for $8,000. So we're here today to defend ourselves. And my client, from the evidence, the physical evidence, it's not her fault. And even if the court were to decide both people contributed to it, certainly more than 51% would be the responsibility of Mr. Young. And so that we're asking the court, with all respect, based upon the evidence and the plaintiff having the burden of proving his case, to enter a take nothing judgment. That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Thank you for representing her. Like everything that comes out of my mouth, like I say, is integrity. That's what have got me far in this country. I came from Africa. I came from a war-torn country and came here, joined the military, and I've been doing the right thing since I got here. And that's what I believe in. And I'm a Christian. I'm a religious person. What happened, the first thing that happened was, the way you explain it, like I'm saying, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not good at this. This is my first time. This is going to be like something I'll never forget in my life. The first time being in a court. This is like my first time. All right. What happened was she was guilty when the accident happened. Even when the police came, the police pulled her aside. They talked to her. They spoke to her. But she came here and denied that she didn't tell me she was guilty. That's why she got a ticket. If I was at fault, I would have got a ticket. Because these police officers, they are professionals. They know exactly how they do their jobs. They've been doing this for so long. When she came, they gave her a ticket and they told her she was wrong. She was at fault. That's why she got a ticket. I didn't get a ticket because she was wrong. That's one. Secondly, the next day, she got my number. I didn't even know where she got my number from and called me and claimed responsibility that she will fix my car. If she wasn't at fault, there's no way she should have called me a couple of days later and say, hey, you know, I was involved in a car accident with you. I'll fix your car. Please don't bother the insurance. Don't call the insurance. She called me the following day when she admitted in front of you. And third, yes, I don't even remember, but you just brought that to my attention. Like the $8,000. It's not up to $8,000. It's not worth it. I didn't know when I was doing that paperwork. I didn't know that's exactly how much it was going to cost. Like I said, that's why I included that 8,000 because by that time I was seeing a chiropractor. I don't know how long was my chiropractor visit was gonna end. That's why I initially put that. But there is no way I'll do something like ridiculous like that just to get money out of people. It's not worth 8,000. And also I took the car for estimate. They did the estimate and I just show you the estimate. So the 8,000 was wrong. It's not what. But she was guilty. That's why she called me the following day and said that she will fix my car. And also she got a ticket because she was at fault. So I wasn't at fault. It's not a 50-50 accident. She was at fault. She was really guilty. That's all I have to say, Your Honor. Thank you, sir.
Okay. My judgment's for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,900. I'll draw up a judgment. And Ms. Hughes, I'm sure we have your email. Mr. Young, do we have your email? Is your email on your petition, Mr. Young? I can check. You recall?
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, we have his email.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. I will make up a judgment and we will email it to both y'all.
Your Honor, while we're all here, Mr. Young, is just to make sure, because it's $2,900. Well, I'll get the actual judgment, but I will be I'm going to request a check and I need to mail it to you. Is it 14832 Tierra Escape Avenue
Yes, sir.
and El Paso, Texas 79938?
That's correct, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you,
sir.
Mr. Young.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. And God bless.